Okay, so there's a couple things to talk about here. Number one, we got a video coming out in about 19 minutes, and you guys are going to see something, especially to the people of Forney. If you are a conservative and you care about your freedom and your liberty, and you care about honesty and integrity, right? So it's super important that we understand exactly what everybody's talking about here, right? Because so let's get the house cleaning out of the way first. The first thing I need to do is clean some house. The very first thing that has to be talked about is that the blue flag of terror. Okay, I did not desecrate someone's grave. I did not do that. That is a lie, a bald-faced lie. It's not true. A guy died here in Forney, Texas, on the side of the road. A guy died. He got into a car accident. He was a Dallas deputy for 23 years. He got in a car accident 6 years ago, and ever since that time, they have flown a blue terrorist flag there. Ever since that time, they've thrown a blue terrorist flag in the place where that guy died. Now, I have a good friend whose husband died in a car accident on the side of the road, and they hung up a little red ribbon or a blue ribbon for his death, and then you know what? After a year or so, he doesn't own that side of the road anymore, and that's my friend's whose husband died on the side of the road. You don't get to monopolize your blue terror flag because a cop died there 6 years ago. I didn't go to anybody's graveyard and desecrate someone's grave. I didn't desecrate anybody's memorial. That's not true. And then another thing for house cleaning, and then I'm going to get on to the subject at hand, which is what happened to Yunez and the terror of being put in torture cuffs. So then the second thing is, I don't have a criminal record. I know there's someone said they doxed me. I don't live at that address. And I don't have a criminal record. I've never been charged with beating my girlfriend. I've never been arrested in San Antonio. I've never been charged with a felony in 2003. I was charged with a felony in 2002 by Chief of Police Michael Moore, where I hired Robert Shapiro and I beat those charges. I don't have a criminal record. There's a fake criminal record going on about me. It's not true. It's not true. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have any felonies on my record. I've never beat my girlfriend. Never. Not once in my life. I don't have any assaults on my record. I've never had an assault ever. And then there's another thing going around where apparently Ken Shamrock said that he doesn't know who I am. So I just went ahead and posted the instructional video that Ken and I shot together in 2010. Ken Shamrock is, he wasn't my mentor. Guy Metzger is the one who taught me really the stuff that I know. And I don't have any disrespect for Ken. Saying you don't know me is not true, brother. I fought with you for 2 years, and I helped you train for 2 different title fights where I was the wrestler in your fight camp shooting doubles on you, brother. So it's cool. He's a giant cops supporter, cops sucker. He loves cops. So, someone wrote him and said that I desecrated someone's grave. It's not true. I didn't desecrate anybody's grave. I tore down a blue striped flag on the side of the road that had been there for 6.5 years. I would never go to someone's grave and desecrate it. But while we're on the subject, let me correct myself, okay? I will correct myself in this regard. I do hope God gave that man a seat at the table of life in the ever after. I do hope that for him. I don't feel that way. I hope he's burning in hell. But my human nature makes it so that's how I feel. If I'm going to be godlike and understand that life is eternal and we go on forever and ever, I don't think anybody's soul, tortured soul that you may be because you signed up to be a pig for 23 years, I don't think that you should have to burn in hell for eternity, even though that's literally how I feel. I understand that I'm human and I'm flawed, but to the what was his name? Stanley Diffman or Dillman, whatever his name was. He was a pig for 23 years. I'm sorry. He must have done some bad stuff to people. I hate to tell you that. I'm a human being. I'm flawed. I'm not perfect. I'm very far from perfect. But so we cleared up the misnomers here. Number one, I didn't desecrate anybody's grave. I didn't do that. I didn't go to someone's graveyard or where they had set up a memorial for this person. What they did is they planted a blue stripe flag there. and they left it there for 6 years, and it was all tattered and ruined. You don't get to hang the blue terror flag. Take them down. If you see a blue terrorist flag on the side of the road, tear it down. Send me the video of you tearing it down. Don't show your face. I'll put it up. I don't support the blue terror flag, and neither should you. Neither should you. Where are you guys at? Everybody hit the number 1 button. Let me know where you guys are from, where you're watching from. It's just ridiculously stupid. It's just ridiculously stupid, you know. So if you guys go to my Facebook page, you will see the seminar video that I did with Mr. Shamrock, where we taught 12 different MMA moves. Sadly, the worst part about it is I only have 3 of those moves, single, double, and crossface left, because the hard drive that I put the instructional video on was destroyed, unfortunately. So that's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm really sorry. I wish I could show you more of the training I did when I was in my 20s and 30s, but I just don't have it. I do have 3 videos. I posted 1 today on Facebook. I'll put it on my Instagram as well so you guys can see it, where I think Ken is teaching a crossface, and that Grapple U University. You guys can go to Grapple U, Grapple, the letter U, and you will see me teaching MMA with Ken Shamrock. And also a guy named Rasan Orange, who is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, who I fought 100 times, at least, maybe more. And he's tough as nails. He has the meanest chokeout you've ever felt. So it's just so funny that all of this nonsense, and then the criminal record I saw going around about myself. I don't have a criminal record. I have fought tooth and nail to make sure that I don't have a criminal record, and I don't. I don't have a criminal record. I've never beat my girlfriend. I've never been arrested for a probation violation in San Antonio. I've never been charged. I've never been charged with assault, ever. The only felonious charge I've ever had is when Michael Moore kicked my door down and charged me with 5 felonies for everything that I said with no evidence. And then he got hammered by Shapiro in court. Okay? So let's just clear up the nonsense poopy pants. Take the poop out of your pants, pull it out, smear it all over your face because you look dumb. And then some girl wrote me yesterday and said, I'm going to expose you. Ken Shamrock said he doesn't know you. I posted the instructional video today with Ken and I. Okay, there it was. That was my company. And then just to take it a step further, since Ken is telling the truth, let me tell the truth about Ken. Okay, after I did the instructional video, I had producers ready to go to create a Ken Shamrock series. And then his fight with Kimbo Slice, he went ahead because Kimbo was making more money than him. And miraculously, Ken got injured somehow right before that fight in his locker room. I wonder how that happened. And then when that happened, when he had just a straight cut across his head and he couldn't fight the Kimbo fight, then the producers who I was talking to create the Ken Shamrock series, they pulled out and said, hey, Chille, it looks like Ken purposely hurt himself. I don't know the story. I'm not saying Ken hurt himself on purpose. I'm telling you what happened with Ken and I. That's what happened. That's what happened. So let's just, since you don't know me, Ken, I guess I know a lot about you. So I want to talk more today about the torture cuffs that you're going to see in this video coming up right now. And just for the Forney people, for the Forney Police Department, Yunez is a conservative. He's not boisterous and loud. He's nothing like me. We're nothing alike as far as personality goes. He has nothing but respect for cops. You are going to watch Yunez in this video as he's being tortured say he's sorry. Yes, sir. No, sir. Wait till you see how far these cops push their power on him. And Yunez, the entire time, he says, yes, sir, I'm very sorry, sir. Yes, sir, I'm very sorry, sir. I mean, it's disgusting. I met the chief of police last night, the current chief of police at the Forney Police Department. I called him today and I notified him that this video is coming out. Why don't you guys call over if you wanted to. I don't want to say what to do, but if you wanted I don't want to say to do anything, but the Forney Police Department needs to understand if that's integrity, you guys are in big trouble, because that person, that human being, let me turn this off real quick. That guy, David Holman, dude, you have no integrity, bro. David Holman, you're going to see on this video, he lies from the moment he gets there until the moment he leaves. When he's leaving the scene, it's long. I show every bit of it because I don't want the cops to say, oh, he highly edited this. No, I didn't. 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 You get to see the whole thing, right? And Yunez has nothing but respect for police officers. Did you know that? Even now, today, even after all he went through, he still says you have to respect police. That's how Yunez feels. He's a conservative in Texas. That's how he feels. I mean, dude, as they're torturing him, he's saying he's sorry. Go ahead and search my truck if you want to. You'll see it on the video. It's pretty freaking disgusting. It is pretty disgusting. So for the girl and the guy who wrote me and said they're going to expose me, go ahead and go to my Facebook page. Look what I just posted on my Facebook page. I guess I am what I am at this point. But the thing is that the reason why I came on here today was for a couple of reasons. Number one, when Yunez got disoriented because the cops were persecuting him. You'll see on this video, this is what the epitome of disgusting is. This video you're gonna see in like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whenever it comes out, it is the epitome of disgusting. It really is, because Yunez complies with absolutely everything. He never questions the officer. He never challenges the officer. Officer tells him to do that, he does that real quick. Officer tells him to do this, he does that exactly real quick. And then the cop who's triggered, you'll see it, the cop gets triggered in the first 10 seconds. In the first, just like that, he's triggered. He's triggered. I'm not gonna tell you anything else, but you'll see the cop gets triggered because Yunez has complied with everything, done everything he wants him to do. And finally, the cop is still pushing this narrative of how he can arrest Yunez. And Yunez is like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? He laughs, the cop gets triggered, and immediately decides he needs to go in handcuffs because there's no third-party organization for checks and balances. It doesn't exist. Even though in the Knapp Commission and the Mullen Commission both say we need a third party for oversight. But this is the big one for you guys. This is the big one. He didn't have his ID, his insurance and registration on a laminated card. And so because he was disoriented, he tried to call his wife to get the insurance, which is right here on mine. There's the insurance. And you know what happened? He couldn't get it done because he was trying to do two things. He's trying to manage a tyrant on one side and then trying to call his wife on the other. And then he's trying to navigate in his mind that this tyrant is accusing him of a felony. And he's like, what are you talking about? I mean, so just so you know, I had to edit this video frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame. Right? That's what I've been doing for the last 3 days. That's why you guys haven't seen me. I've been editing a video. I'm not the best editor. If there's any great editors out there, let me know, because I'm not a great editor. I'm okay. But I did a voice memo last night on my phone, just talking into my phone, explaining why Americans hate police, why at least half of us hate cops. And I did a 45-minute voice memo. If anybody wants to edit that and put some pictures and graphics to it, I'll send you the voice memo. I don't care. I mean, I have to pretend like I care so much about social media. I don't. I care about running for governor, and I care about actually implementing the real change that I have in my mind as an executive of a state. That's what has to happen. We have to implement a third party, and that has to happen right away. So you guys saw me go to the city council meeting last night. I had a face-to-face with Todd Udy, the current interim chief of police. And in this video that I talked about Yunez, I asked Forney Police Department, are you going to lead? Are you going to lead? Or the same old, same old. And then the cop last night, who I called a coward and a pig to his face, some tall guy, overweight, he apparently was Officer of the Year last year. Guess what he's an expert in? Handcuffs. He's an expert in handcuffs. And then when I said to him, handcuffs are torture, he said, no, they're not torture. Dude, you teach other pigs how to put handcuffs on. Handcuffs are torture. They're always torture. They'll always be torture. And what's the big lie? Oh, I can get a finger in there so you're not being tortured. I could say a lot of things with that comment, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep it rated PG here. But it's just not true. Just because you can get a finger in there and nobody's... just so many innuendos from there. But the point is that every time you put handcuffs on someone, it's absolute and total torture. So the big mistake Yunez made, the big mistake, and it's not his fault. He's a foreigner. He's from Morocco. He's only been in America for less than a decade here. The big mistake that he made was not having his license, registration, and proof of insurance on one single card. And as soon as he was disoriented and the cop was accusing him of a felony, he started to laugh. You'll see it. You'll see it. And Holman gets triggered. Hey, Forney Police Department, if that's integrity, then you know what? Let's just pull some murderers out of jail. You can sign them up to be part of the Forney Police Department. And that Officer of the Year last year said, come on over and take a ride along. Let me show you who we are. I'm showing you who you are, officer. You know, I can't remember his name, Chad or Chuck or whatever his name was, right? You get to see who David Holman is today. You get to see it. He lies to Yunez. He lies to Yunez's partner. He lies he lies to the other cop who shows up on the scene. He lies to everybody. The only person he doesn't lie to is the other guy in the fender bender, and that guy lies his ass off going, oh, he did it. It was his fault. The truck was coming in my lane. You can see plain as day the truck was not coming into his lane. It was made up. But, you know, that's what you get when you get a bunch of beta male cucks. That's what you get. You get guys who are going in there, and then this cop, David Holman, he then goes, oh, he resisted me, and I grabbed him. I had to jack him up. He says it 3 or 4 times. Holman, you are the biggest wussy I've ever seen in my life. You are the biggest wussy ever, Holman. You're the biggest wuss on the face of the planet. And just so you know, Holman, good luck. You try to take on that gentleman face-to-face, Yunez. You try to take him on without putting handcuffs on him and using the rule of law as your power. You got no power, Holman. And Forney Police Department, if that's integrity, dude, just head on down to the prison. Grab yourself a murderer or two because they have as much integrity as Holman. He lies to everybody. And then he makes things up. You guys have never seen a cop lie like this before. Not caught on camera. You've never seen anything like what you're about to see. You've never seen a man lie like this. I'm telling you. I don't want to ruin it for you because it comes on in like 5 minutes. He lies about everything. Then he makes things up. It's crazy. I mean, you know, and by the way, just for the people in Forney, Yunez did not call and ask me to come here and help him with this case. I came here to sue Talib Kweli and Jolly Good Ginger. That's what I'm doing here. I'm suing those 2 losers. I'm suing them. That's what I'm doing here. Before I leave here, I will sue Jolly Ginger and I will sue Talib Kweli. I'll sue you too. So if you guys are seeing this, guess what, guys? Lawsuit's coming. Lawsuit's coming, boys. You're in big trouble. You're in big trouble. I put the case together myself. You're in big trouble. And I got help. I have help because you know why? I'm not a procedural lawyer. I haven't spent a lot of time in a courtroom. That's why I have someone helping me, someone who does procedural law, and they're an expert in procedural law. So Jolly Ginger, you said you were going to hire your Labrador or your Poodle. Guess what? You better pay him a retainer, brother. You're being sued this week. I'll be coming there myself to watch you get served. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have a hatred for that piece of garbage like you can't even imagine, right? And just remember, I could throw him on the ground over and over and over again, but I don't because it's illegal. It's illegal. You can't beat people up. You can't fight people just because you're mad, right? Minute and 50 seconds. So listen, I need you guys to do me a favor, right? We got to get to more subs. We have to grow. Woof, woof. Now it's on here too. Holy smokes. So listen, you guys got to go to your city council and you got to fight them. You have to fight them. You have to fight the city council to get rid of handcuffs. You have to fight the city council, okay? So from now on, when you talk about handcuffs, they are torture cuffs. Make sure that you guys get your license and your registration and your proof of insurance on one laminated card. Do not wait for the police to try to disorient you, and then you're trying to get your insurance card off your phone. Your stuff should not be on your phone. Your things should not be on your phone. So we're 1 minute, guys. All right, I'm going to pop over there. Do me a favor. Meet me right there on the live right now. The premiere's coming out right now. You get to see Holman. You are you are so unethical, brother. You're horrible. You're absolutely horrible, Holman. You are horrible. And Udi, if you don't fire him, you're just like the rest, Todd Udi. If you don't fire Holman after you see what he did, Todd Udi, you are just like the rest. You'll fit in like a round hole and a round peg on one of those kids' toys. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys on this premiere right now. It's starting in 20 seconds. Talk to you then. Later, guys.